Hey everybody. Thought I'd come on here to start off um a segment that I want to call Black Moon. Okay. My internet is crazy. So of course you're gonna get, you know, me stopping and start. I have shitty internet, okay? I'm just gonna tell you. That's what's going on. Shitty internet. Okay. Sorry. So anywho, I have had so many questions regarding this stupid black moon. Like what is a black moon? I can't say that it's stupid. It's not stupid. All right. Back up a minute. It's not stupid. Um so yeah, I've gotten people questioning me regarding black moons. What the fuck is a black moon? And why is it so special? Well, today you're going to get some answers and some explanations as to what a black moon is. I thought I was going to say one of our podcast. However, I just can't let it go. I do have some notes here regarding black moons so that I wouldn't forget anything. Sometimes my brain gets completely jumbled as far as um my thoughts. So sometimes I have a little ADHD, I believe, in my brain. I'm just going to let people know that I'm live now. On YouTube, on Corner Cauldron channel. Black Moons Explained. I can't even spell today. That's the kind of day I'm having, and it's because of the black moon and me being a Pisces. So, I'm getting throat punched right now when it comes to emotional stuff because everybody knows that Pisces tend to be extremely emotional people. So now that that's been done and settled, yeah. So I've been getting, Buffy, what the fuck is a black moon and why is it so important and why we keep talking about it? Let's start off with what exactly is a black moon. And again, I'm going from notes because sometimes my brain decides, I'll be talking about something and then all of a sudden, squirrel! And then I'm off to another, planet somewhere. I've got some tea here. So what is a black moon? Okay. Let me explain that there are two ways we can have a black moon. Okay. The first way that we can have a black moon is by having 2 new moons in a month. With that being said, most of the 2 new moon months have 30 or 31 days. All right. The other way we can have a black moon is an astronomical season. Okay. Astronomical seasons refer to the way the sun sets and the earth tilts on its axis. And we sit and rotate in the sun's on our axis in the sun's path for what we call a season. Okay. And each time we move into the sun's path, sometimes that what it does is it correlates with a horoscope, like Virgo. It can be in Virgo, that's a season. Then it goes into Pisces, that's a season. Then it goes into Sagittarius. It goes into Virgo. Hey, Dave. It goes into Virgo. So those are seasons. All right. We have astronomical seasons to where the earth and the sun sits in a horoscope sign. for a set period of time. Right now, we are in Virgo. Okay. Um, and each season or astronomical season has usually 3 new moons. However, it is rare, and this happens. I can't say, let's not put the word rare in there. Let's take a step back. This season that has 4 new moons in it happens only every 3 years. Okay. And this happens to be year 3. And oh my goodness, we are in the season of Virgo. Okay. The season Virgo started last night into early this morning around 2:09 a.m. when everybody was asleep. You know what I mean? Okay. So, what do we refer to as black moon? Why is it called black? Okay. Um, it's called black moon because the reason it's called black is because it is not visible in the sky. Okay. So, the moon's shiny side, or where the sun is hitting it, faces away from the earth. Okay. And it almost looks like it's shrouded in a black cloth. You may be able to see, very rare, but sometimes you can see a black outline or a little bit of white peeking through that black outline. And it looks like the moon is shrouded in a black sackcloth. All right, that's why they call it a black moon. Why is this one so important? Okay, everybody's freaking out. Let me refer to my notes so that because I already have 1,000 things going in my head. Wet my whistle. This one is so important because on September 7th through the 8th of 2025, there will also be a blood moon, okay? Or what you can call a total lunar eclipse. All right. They call it a blood moon basically because in a transition phase, when it's going through the total lunar eclipse, all right, the moon appears red. All right. And it appears like it's bathed in blood. That's during its transition of going completely dark. All right. Very beginning, you may see it go red, and then it'll eventually go completely black. You will see the halo, and then as it transitions out, you'll start seeing it red again. And people say, "Oh, what is this about blood moon, black moon?" I've heard of blue moons. I've heard of strawberry moons. I've heard of all this and that. I've never heard of a black or a blood moon. So that is the answer for the blood moon. Is that as it is transitioning in and out of that solar eclipse, total solar eclipse, it'll start to look red, almost like there is a blush or blood coming over the moon. And that's why they call it a blood moon. Okay. Uh, so that in itself is rare. Okay. The reason why this is so important, or why people keep talking about the black moon, the blood moon, Virgo, everybody's freaking out. Oh my gosh, we're in the season of Virgo. Oh my God, the whole world's gonna come crashing down. Yes, is that in this season in Virgo, instead of having 3 new moons from this morning until September 22nd, we are having 4. And in that 4, there is on September 7th through the 8th a total solar eclipse. All right. So what's all this all about going into Virgo bullshit about? All right. This is PSA announcement. You've already heard me cuss once. This is not for kids. So if you got kids, maybe you should not let them watch this. Okay. So we first have to understand Virgo or the house of Virgo, the season of Virgo, the Virgo horoscope sign or astrological sign of Virgo. Now, each sign carries duality. There's good things about the sign, and then there's bad things about the sign. We are just going to say that Virgos, girl, if you are a Virgo, Mr. Man, if you are a Virgo, can I just tell you that your schedules have schedules? Okay. If you want to talk about an organized group on the astrological horoscope chart, Virgos, down. Can you slow down? Your schedules have schedules. Okay. They are meticulous about everything. They tend to be perfectionists. And they are all about their routine. You take away their routine, and I'm gonna tell you, you got 3, 2, 1, commence meltdown. These people will melt down if anything in their routine is thrown off, even by a little bit. Okay. You want to see somebody freak out? Take a Virgo's schedule away from them or throw something in their schedule. Okay. That is not planned and just say, here, do that. You will watch them have a total freaking meltdown. Close my door. I'm going to be right back. Close the door a little bit. Sorry about that. Some background noise going on. Yeah. Virgos, let me tell you, they are known to be very loving people. They love to organize things. They like everything in its place. You want someone to organize your house, you want a Virgo doing it. They will have a meltdown seeing your disorganization and your, dysfunction, but then they'll take a step back, take a deep breath and be like, okay, we got this. Come on, let's organize this. Give them something to do. A lot of them have ADHD as well as OCD, but that's okay. All right. So with that being said, we have entered as of 2:09 this morning, the season of Virgo. The season of Virgo and this black moon have a lot to do with mutable signs. Okay. The mutable signs of the astrological world are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and my sign, Pisces. Okay. But Pisces are not only mutable, but we carry a characteristic of each and every astrological sign. We are the only ones. So we are like the Forrest Gump of freaking horoscopes. I mean, you ain't never know what you're going to get. Like Forrest Gump said, life is like a Pisces is like a box of chocolates. You ain't never know what you're going to get. You know, one foul swoop and we can experience every emotional state in like 5 seconds. So, yeah, we can't help it. We're water signs, we have our faults too. So, this black moon and this phenomena that's going to happen within the Virgo season, and then what happens after, is going to totally throat punch the mutable signs. So if you are one of the mutable signs and up to a week from today, past or, last week up until today or in the middle of the night, if you've been feeling edgy, ready to fight, like confused, like the whole world has just gone upside down. You don't know which way is up. You don't know what reality is. You feel irritated. You feel pushed into doing things. You're agitated. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is what's it's all about. Okay, I've had several people say that they were irritated, agitated. I don't know what's going on. I just feel off, and it's like, what are you? Are you a mutable sign? So that's the first question to them is, what is your astrological sign? If they say Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, right away I'm like, oh, pff, it's this whole black moon and the total solar eclipse is happening, and now we're thrown into Virgo. Will explain to the mutables is like our whole world is crashing down and burning to itself, into itself. Okay, everything, it's just chaos. All right. So if you're a mutable sign and you're feeling like chaotic, or that you can't get yourself straight, you can't get out your own way. Yeah. Okay. So each sign, like I said, has their flaws. So we're gonna talk about that. So the Sagittariuses, okay, let me tell you, they are adventurous. They are fun loving. They love to have a good time, but because they are a mutable sign, they are blunt. And if you know a Sagittarius, I will tell you that one of their faults is being so honest. It's like throat punching someone. They seem callous, they seem vain. They get right to the point. They don't care who you are. And they don't care who they hurt. They are that blunt and honest. I mean, you know how sometimes friends are be like, well, it's not, you know, um, your makeup doesn't look too bad. Maybe you should just buff it out a little bit. No, you can get a Sagittarius that says, what happened to your face? We are not leaving this house. You are not walking out of this house with me because your face look at like it got beat by a pack of 64 Crayola crayons. No, no. What is this? No, we're not leaving. If you go dress shopping with a Virgo, even the men, sometimes the men are the worst. And you want to be nice. Sagittarius can't be nice. No. Sagittarius will come out and tell you, I hope you ain't leaving the dressing room area because that dress is showing all your fat rolls. I'm sorry. What is this? No. Put it back. No. It looks ugly on you. Which sometimes is a good thing. Sometimes they don't know how to sugarcoat things. So they are going to be more blunt from today until the 22nd of September. Okay. Virgos, let's talk about as Virgos as above. Virgos, they are going to be off the chain when it comes to their environment, their routine. They will melt down because their routine has been disrupted. Their organization is off, or they can't seem to get organized. They can't seem to get out of the way. Something has stripped their schedule or been thrown into their schedule. Normally, on the good side of Sagittarius or Virgos, they are organized. They like to roll with the punches, though. Not during this whole black moon phase. No, no. This is just going to throw them completely off. Geminis. Let's talk about Geminis. All right, so we've gone over Sagittarius, over Virgos. Let's talk about Geminis. My nana was a Gemini, so trust me, I know how Geminis are. We're going to talk about the Geminis. They're curious, they're intelligent, but damn, are they bipolar. They are the Forrest Gump of the astrological signs. Life is like a box of chocolates. You ain't never know what you're gonna get when it comes to a Gemini. All right, so I'm sure that you are the same way. If you are a Gemini, I'm going to tell you, you're curious and you're extremely intelligent, Dave. But oh my goodness, bipolar and indecisive. Like, you can't make up your mind. You are the type of person, the Geminis are those who, if they are given too many choices in the bakery aisle of donuts, they will stand there for a half hour to an hour deciding what donut they want, and then just leave because they can't make up their mind, or take both of them, or take one of each because they can't make up their damn mind what they want to do. Okay. So Geminis, during this black moon phase and being in Virgo, you are going to be off the rails with your like bipolar behavior or your bipolar personality sometimes, and your indecisiveness. Not ask a Gemini for the next month to make a decision anytime quick, because ain't happening. Nope, ain't happening. No. Mm-mm. Again, the Forrest Gump of the astrological world. Yeah. Okay. Uh not to push off my Pisces, because I'm a Pisces. Okay. Pisces, we are highly intuitive. Highly intuitive. Did you know that 90% of the intuitive people in this world are Pisces? We can't help it. We're water signs. We are compassionate. We are empathic people, but we are escapists. So, see, what I mean by escapists is that if something happens that we don't like it, we'll create our own reality and we'll go off and daydream until it's over. Like, if something makes us feel uncomfortable, we will walk away silently and go off into another world, daydreaming. Yeah, instead of coming up to it and facing it and doing what they got to do to get through it. Oh no, Pisces will be like, no, I'm a bounce, deuces, I'm out. Mm-mm. No, I'm gonna create my own little world. No, tell me when the danger is gone, and we'll leave. Uh, you know, compassionate as hell. And Pisces are not about the muscle. They're not about the brawn here, honey. You want to beat your chest to a Pisces, that will get you nowhere with a Pisces. Because a Pisces will beat the strongest man physically with mental warfare. Yeah, we can play mental warfare all day because we're empathic people. We know all about you before you even opened your mouth. We have worn your emotional status and your trauma like a cloak. We've swam in it before you even open your mouth. So we know how to beat you up here. Doesn't need to take these to beat somebody. Okay. So in this black moon or Virgo season, these mutables here, You want to see people lose their ever loving mind and act like the world is crumbling down in a gigantic dumpster fire. It's the season of Virgo. Okay. And it all has to do with that black moon. Remember, we talked about black moon. Happens twice, can happen two different ways. Either there are two new moons in 1 month, which happens. It's rare, but it happens. Or instead of 3 new moons in an astronomical season, you get 4. And what is so important about this is that Mercury's just done come out herself out the microwave. Okay. Then you've got a black moon. Okay. Now we're in the season of Virgo. And then on top of it, before Virgo gets out of here, we're going to have a total solar eclipse on September 22nd. And Uranus, guess what Uranus is going to do? It's going to go retrograde. Uranus is going to put himself in the damn microwave, and then it's just going to be total chaos. Okay. Okay. So that is some of what we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about why it's so important. Again, let's backtrack one more time and go with why it's so important. Because on September 7th through the 8th of 2025, we will also experience that blood moon. And everybody say, oh, I heard of a blue moon, a pink moon, strawberry moon, white moon. What the hell is this blood moon bullshit? Okay. Again, like I said, a blood moon happens when we are in the transition of a total lunar eclipse. That transition phase going from beginning of lunar eclipse to complete darkness to out of the lunar eclipse, it will look as if the moon is bleeding, like there is blood pouring over the moon. We've gone over the mutable signs. All right. So next is, what does all this mean? What does all this mean that we've just gone over? What the hell does all this mean? You still ain't making sense. Okay. I'm going to break it down to you. All right. During the black moon in season, this is giving very, very much death card, tarot death card. Okay. And right away, when I mentioned death card, and I think I want to do a live about death cards too, because I get a lot of questions when I do tarot. Oh my God, death card. Oh shit. I knew I was going to die, within the next 10 days or whatever. Bullshit. No. What I mean by giving death card vibes, okay, in the deck of tarot, there is a death card, okay? It does mean death, but not your physical death, you dumbass. No. Death of something. Death of a bad habit. Death of a job that was keeping you down, that was just not right for you, and made you feel like you weren't moving forward, that wasn't gratifying. Death of a relationship that should have never been. Okay? That's what we mean by death. It's transition. It is a transformative card. It means that you need to hurry the hell up. Okay? Come on, people. Let's start transforming into the better you. Okay? Death card season means to shed that which no longer serves you. Okay? This is you know, a powerful portal this Virgo season. Okay. Not only do we have the black moon, which we explained, we also have a blood moon that's going to end Virgo season come September 22nd. So we got a whole freaking 4 weeks of this bullshit. It means the mutable signs. We went over this: Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces. It is going to throat punch you right in the neck and say, you don't want to move? You ain't moving fast enough. So guess what? No, this is not how we're playing. It will throat punch you right in the neck, right in the epiglottis to get you to move. These irritations say that things are, I have waited long enough. Agreed, hurrying the hell up. I know at the time I have waited long enough. I totally agree with you, Dave. These mutable signs are not moving fast enough. Okay, so all of these things, the emotional upheaval, the not feeling right, the instability, feeling like you're every day you waking up in a different universe. Nothing seems to be right. You're irritated, uh, you're angry, the Gemini bipolar, the Virgo is just going to totally explode because their schedules have been disrupted. You got a whole month of disruption. And especially me, the Pisces. Oh, this whole, death card thing is literally going to stomp us on the ground and just make it catastrophic because we don't like when things are happening that we can't control. Remember what I said? We go through this little make your own imaginary world daydream BS. Yeah. Mm-mm. No, this is going to throat punch us Pisces and say, hurry the fuck up. I mean, hello. How long does it take you to make a decision? But this also has good things. That is with purpose. That is with purpose. This whole Virgo season with the 4 new moons instead of 3, the blood moon included with a solar eclipse, and then Uranus going retrograde is forcing us. You've heard me say cheese grater irritating, and why sometimes spirit makes things cheese grater irritating. It makes things cheese grater irritating because it has been tapping you and tapping you and tapping you. Move, move. This isn't where you should be. Move. And you're not paying attention to what spirit is putting down. So it has to make it so cheese grater irritating that you physically have to get up before your soul evacuates the meat suit. That's how irritating it is to get you to move. But it's benefiting you. Okay? It's benefiting you, and spirit has your best intentions at hand. It is doing this because you're staying stagnant, and it needs you to move in order to create that next level, to level up in vibration, in energy, as a soul person, as a spirit person, as a light being. It needs you to move. Okay? It doesn't need you to go hide, Pisces. Okay, myself included, in your little world. No. It's going to open up. Are you ready, Pisces? No, you're not ready. Guess what? I'm literally going to be doing the foot kicking into the door, the best Rambo interpretation ever, with the foot in the door, grabbing you by your neck and saying, no, let's go. Okay, let's go. because we've sat here long enough and waited. I mean, Virgo, your old schedules, your old routine, it's old. That is why it's getting irritating. Your organizational skills, old. Same old, same old. You need to move. This is why it is irritating for you. That's why it's throwing things in your schedule to irritate you. Like, oh, look, here's an unexpected meeting. Oh my gosh. Oh, someone moved those pencils. You know, they screwed up your alphabetization. Alphabetization. I made that word up. Yeah, we're just gonna use it. We're gonna go with it. Alphabetization of your I don't know what it is, your files. It literally took a B and put it next to the P's, and it has thrown you into a whole meltdown. Crawl down on the floor, find the fetal position, suck your thumb and want your mommy, but with purpose. Okay, we must get through the pain in order to come out winning on the other side. All right. It is telling us during this month, this 4 weeks, there are good things that are going to come out of this, but you have to go through the painful shit. Okay. Nobody likes it. I, as a Pisces, sure as hell don't like it. I want to hide in my corner somewhere with my blankie and you know, and my stuffed animal and wait till the world stops getting so, but I have no other choice but to do this. This is what we need to do. This is our homework. I know it's going to be irritating. I know it's going to feel like a dumpster fire for 4 weeks. And I know it is literally going to throw you off and make you feel like the whole world is crashing down. But we're going to get through this. Okay. In this next 4 weeks, as of 2:09 this morning, AM, yeah, A's of the M's, until September 22nd, when this Virgo season is over, okay, we need to shed that which no longer serves us. Okay? This 4 weeks is a powerful. Hello, listen. You, I'm talking to you. You, howdy. Have you met me yet? Okay. Wake up. Pay attention. I think you're falling asleep. Yes. Okay. You are falling asleep. And I need you to wake up. Okay. These next 4 weeks, you have to literally shed that which no longer serves you. This next 4 weeks is a powerful portal for spiritual and personal transformation. That's why I talk about the death card. This is a death card season. Like the spirit realm is going to hit the reset button. Okay? I can't make it any clearer. You know how when things go wonky, it's going to hit a hard reset. Okay? And what you were at the end of this 4 weeks ago ain't going to mean shit no more. Okay? You are going to be an entirely new person. The person that was you 4 weeks ago is not going to be the same one come September 22nd. Okay? In the A's of the M's. Okay? That's when that portal closes. Okay? So I'm gonna like there. It's gonna wake me up. Go. Oh, hello, Buffy. Look, here comes the new Buffy. Oh, she's all done growing up. Look at that. She's changed. Okay. Get rid of that bullshit. Let it go. Be like Elsa. Let it go. Let it go. I know my singing is terrible, but I'm trying to make a point here. You can no longer be comfortable. Don't get comfortable. This Virgo season, the portal that we're in right now, that we started as of 2:09 this morning is not here for you to be comfortable. No. It wants you to get rid of that comfortable. Okay? People stick with bad habits and old ways of thinking and old habits because it's what they know to be comfortable. No. Mm-mm. Most of the things that are comfortable are those things that are bad habits. They're sedentary jobs that just don't fulfill you anymore, things that are just, uh, going to work. People don't enjoy it. And when I talk about the death of a job that was not right for you, I'm sitting there talking about the ones where you used to find it fulfilling. Now you sit in your car for an extra 10 minutes contemplating your life's decisions. And all you working for is that Friday at 5 o'clock to hit and the weekend to start and that paycheck to drop in your account. That is a job that is not fulfilling. Time for you to move on, honey. Time for you to sayonara. Bye. Not saying that you need to switch jobs every single minute when something bad happens, because that would be fruitless. But if Pete and Repeat were in a boat and Pete got out and all you had left was Repeat, okay. For months, no, baby, you got to let that go. You know, bad relationships that you need to get out of that should have toxic relationships. Oh my gosh, the amount of toxic relationships. I, I'm going to let you know that 80 to 85% of toxic relationships are blood related, like mom, dad, grandma, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. They are family related, honey. And if you're an adult, why are you still doing that? Why are you still doing that? Hey, Rachel! Why are you still doing that? Please stop. This Virgo season, like I said, and I'm going to recap for Rachel because she just popped in, is an amazing, a very powerful, and very important portal for spiritual and personal transformation. This Virgo season, because we are having four new moons in the season of Virgo, which is rare. We usually have 3. We got an extra one. And then that's going to be backed up on September 7th through the 8th by a total lunar eclipse. And then we switching on September 22nd to have Uranus in the microwave. Yeah, no. This is a whole lot of upheaval. No, this is transformation. This portal time, this 4 weeks is for you to get your shit together. Okay? Let it go. Let what does not serve you go. Again, toxic relationships, bad habits, bad relationships, jobs that are just stagnant and you ain't going nowhere. You just living for the weekend and waiting for that check to cha-ching in the account and you're not finding it fulfilling. No. This is a hard reset. This Virgo season, because we got all those astronomical things happening and astrological things happening, girl and sir, yeah, this is going to be difficult, but we need to trudge through. You need to strip yourself and make yourself a whole brand new you. Okay? Trust your gut. Go with what spirit is telling you or what your gut is telling you. I just got back from the skating party. How was the skating party, ma'am? And this whole Virgo season is going to be irritating for the next 4 weeks. Sorry. I can't help it, but it's being cheese grater irritating for a purpose. For you to move your ass. Okay? Okay. And then at the end of that, we've got Uranus putting himself in the microwave. You know, when I say Mercury done put herself in the microwave, she's retrograded now. Now we got Uranus on the 22nd going retrograde, which, oh Lord Jesus, is going to put the pump the brakes on everybody. And it's going to come to a full head on the 22nd. If you haven't changed yourself by the 22nd, sorry, you done missed the dang boat. And when the rest of us have elevated ourselves and have gotten rid of that which does not serve us, those things that are weights on our ankles and have been weights on our ankles, we're going to be raising an elevation and looking at you from up here. Bye. I'm so sorry that you couldn't. Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't. I gotta go this way. All right. So that is a black moon kind of explained. All right. So, no, again, usually we have 3 new moons in an astronomical season. We have just now entered the season of Virgo. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time. How's Ra? Did Ra get adopted? Please tell me Ra got adopted. Oh gosh, I hope Ra got adopted. Oh my goodness. Nobody fell and broke any bones or got bruises, I hope, at the skating party. So now that we have entered, entered this season, we have 4 new moons instead of 3. We had one this morning. Yeah, girl, you don't need another. Well, guess what? In the sign of Virgo, let me tell you, I'm responding to Rachel. Just says I got out of a 10+ year bad season. I don't need another. This is your portal, though, ma'am. What have you been waiting for? Things have been cheese grater irritating, but you sitting there not doing nothing about it. You just want to sit there. No. This portal means that you need to shed that which does no longer serves you, and you're getting out of a 10+ year bad season. But what are you doing about it to recreate yourself? Okay, as another person, as a new person. This is where we set this powerful portal for this 4 weeks, is when we set our best intentions. We recreate the you that you were meant to be, the adventurous one, the one that has always had that gut instinct of I've been too ashamed to be the person that I was meant to be, or to have have who I truly am inside show up and show out. Yeah, no. Yep, no. This is again, are you a mutable sign? Okay, so we talked about the mutable signs and you just popped in here. Virgo, Sag, Gemini, or Pisces. You need to tell, are you immutable? We all survived 2 applications in for other kitties. Oh man. And Ra is just so adorable. Ra is so adorable. And poor Ra doesn't. Man. I'm probably going to work on Mama Dukes. I don't know how long it's going to take, but she will kill me if I bring another cat in this house. She accepts Maven, who's sitting right here, by the way, snoring. I'm surprised you can't hear her. But this 4 weeks is the time for you with this powerful portal to let that person that you were always meant to be shine. This is the time for you not to give a fuck about what other people think. How long you going to wait until you wake up? When you're dead? For the real you to come out? No. You know what? Everybody got opinions, okay? Everybody's got opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. And no one thinks theirs stinks, okay? But they all do. All right? You let other people's opinions define you. You're a Cancer. Oh my goodness, a lover. The one who puts right here. Here's the heart. Let's take it out. Bam. Oh, right here. Nee, 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 nee. But I love me a Cancer. You know, this is why we get along, because Pisces and Cancer were water signs. Pisces and Cancers, if you ever dated Cancer, I will tell you, and you're a Pisces, or vice versa, you're a Cancer and they're a Pisces. Sometimes they are a match made in heaven. A great majority of the time, they are a match made in heaven. Yep. But again, if you aren't, and I'm going to use the F words, but I'm not going to say that other F word, okay? Because I don't want to get canceled. If you aren't effing me, or financing me, okay, then your opinion doesn't count. No, okay? And I'm going to be who I was meant to be. Soon as you let that person, and that you hit that hard reset, come this portal that we're in right now, as of 2:09 this morning, and we got until September 22nd. This is your time to move it. Move it. Okay, excuse me. Have you been listening? Hello, is this thing on? Move. Shed that which no longer serves you. Get rid of the dead weight that hasn't been for your higher purpose. Period. Let that person that you've always been afraid to show because I want to just fit in. Fitting in is just stupid. It's stupid. I would rather be happy with myself and go to bed with myself at night and be just fine than have 1,000 people dictate how I'm going to be. There you go. I'm in my, I don't know, my state. I'm glad. But you need to work on that too. You need to work on that too. Yeah, you do. Everybody needs to work on, including the mutables. Us mutables are going to have a tough time. Virgos, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces, my sign, Pisces, we're going to feel like we got done run over by a Mack goddamn truck. Like we come through a war. Yeah, yeah. Then we come out of the other end of Mercury finally took herself out the microwave, but times 10. All right. Get rid of the dead weight, the bad habits, the bad relationships, the bad jobs, the bad emotional states, the low self-esteem. This is time for you. You've got 4 weeks to hit that hard reset. Okay? And then on the 22nd, when Uranus puts himself in the microwave, everything is going to come to a halt. Stop. A complete stop. The mutables are finally going to be like, what the fuck was that I just went through? Excuse me. I don't even know who I am anymore. That's good. Because that person that you were 4 weeks ago, come September 22nd, needed to go. You need to be like the snake. Shed your skin, honey. Shed your skin. So this state here that we're going to be in the next 4 weeks, between the black moon, the blood moon, um the blood moon, and then, at the end of the Virgo season, when Uranus done put himself in the microwave, it's time for you to hit the hard reset. Okay? You need to hit a hard reset. It's like when your computer glitches and you don't know what to do, and all of a sudden you just hit the reset button because it's the only thing that you've tried plugging it in, plugging it, taking the plug out, unplugging it, plugging it in, and you smacked it a couple times. You've given the world a shove, and it's still. So you wish you hit a reset button. There you go. She needs a friend. I know. I know. I know. I know. I'm working on it. Okay. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm working on it. All right. So that is this whole blood moon phase explained. Okay. And black moon explained. What have we learned? A black moon happens in two ways. Either there are two new moons in a month, and when that happens, it's usually a month that has either 30 or 31 days in it. The other way is that there are more than three, there are four new moons in an astronomical season. We have just entered the season of Virgo this morning at 2:09, and it doesn't end until September 22nd. But it's going to be amplified like September 7th, 8th for our mutable signs. It's going to be like it amplifies that irritation. It's going to amplify, and it is going to come at a breakneck pace, like a freight train coming at you. And you ain't going to be able to get out the way. Okay? That's September 7th through the 8th. That amplifies. That lunar eclipse is going to amplify that irritation, that feeling that we need to move. And we just want it to slow down to get off the ride. And we're not going to be able to. Okay? So I'm warning you people. This or you hang around the water cooler, or you meet people at the grocery store, the checkout line, you're driving to some place, you're going to the mall, you're at a restaurant and people are irritated. Probably a mutable sign. And they're just more irritated than usual. Yeah. So understand. Okay. So if you see me crabby pants between now and September 22nd, I'm going to ask you to look at me and go, the fuck is wrong with you? I'm going to need you to fix your face and your energy before you walk into the room. I'm not even going to know I'm doing it, more than likely, because, I'm a Pisces. We walk around the world with rose-colored glasses on half the time. And if it gets too uncomfortable, we go into a daydream. We go into our own reality, and we take our Snuggie and hide our head like an ostrich. We wait for it not to be so people-y outside, but we are intuitive. Don't you lie. Because we see it and feel it before you even open up your damn mouth. Okay. Not gonna happen. Gemini, they are going to be the Forrest Gump. They're already the Forrest Gump of the astrological signs. They're going to be more of a Forrest Gump. Life's like a box of chocolate, like a Gemini. You ain't know what you gonna get. Yeah. Virgos, oh my God. If somebody just throw a monkey wrench in their goddamn organizational skills, or their schedules that have schedules, and watch totally implode. Sagittarius, I'm going to tell you right now, you Sagittarius that are out there, you're going to be hurt if somebody walks away from you. You're going to have to catch yourself, because you're already blunt and painfully honest. It is going to be more so to the point where you're gonna make people upset. And you're not gonna give a fuck what they feel as a Virgo or as a Sagittarius. They're already blunt ass people. You want to hurt somebody with words, be a Sagittarius in this 4 months or in this 4 weeks, excuse me, 4 weeks that are going on. Hey there, everybody. I got somebody else in here. I got a Jenny. I have no idea which Jenny we're talking about. But anyway, hoodles. Yeah. I'm just gonna say right now that yeah, just so am I. Screwed. Again, if you're a Sagittarius, watch what you're saying to people. Kind of catch yourself. You're gonna ruin a lot of friendships in 4 weeks. Watch. Being brutally honest. Again, like I said in the very beginning, they're gonna be that person, and they can be brutally honest. They're great people. Sagittarius, oh my gosh. Sagittarius, I will tell you, are definitely the adventurous ones. They like adventure. You know, they like doing new things. You calling me Forrest? Yeah, Forrest. We gonna see how fast you run, Forrest. In the next 4 weeks. Run, Forrest, run. Sagittarius, getting back to Sagittarius, they are fun loving, they are adventurous. Sagittarius are lovers, but you have to get past that hard exterior and that mouth they got. They got a mouth on them. You know, you can be out getting ready to go out with a Sagittarius to a club. Doesn't matter, male or female. They come to pick you up and you walk out the bathroom with a beat face, a whole full face of makeup on. They will look at you if they don't like you and go, no, the fuck you ain't going out of the house looking like that. Your whole face looks like it got mugged by a pack of 64 Crayola crayons. Go in and wash that off because I ain't taking you nowhere. No. Or if you go with them to try on outfits and they're that girlfriend or that boyfriend that sits in the at the door of the fitting room, you come out and say, how do I look? They're gonna say ugly. That outfit's gonna accentuates all your fat. Or goddamn, you got fat thighs. You need pants. You need something to cover that up. Excuse me. You don't sugarcoat shit. I mean, I know. I had a very good friend of mine who was a Sagittarius. He was a model. And he would definitely look at me and say, "Oh no, we are not leaving the house with that." Even to go bowling. He wanted me to beat my entire face, have a full face beat and high heel shoes to go bowling. I'm like, "What are you talking about? We're going bowling." No, you can't come out. No, you got to do this. No, come here. We got and threw everything out of my closet and then took me shopping because he didn't like any of my clothes. Was like, "Oh, are you blind when you go shopping?" I'm like, "Excuse me." Me being the sensitive Pisces wants to crawl up in an old ball and start crying and be like, "Well, I thought you liked me." We're still best of friends. We still are the best of friends. But yeah. Yeah. So be nice. You need to catch yourself, Sagittarius. Really. I mean, you Virgos, again, with the organizational skills, Geminis, come on, people. I'm going to need you to catch yourself before, the Jekyll and Hyde comes out. or your undecisiveness. Again, indecisiveness. Yeah. You can't have too many things in front of you because you will stand there. Like, again, they are brutally honest. They are brutally honest. They are, Rachel. 100% brutally honest. Geminis, they are very loving people. They're curious and they're extremely intelligent. But then again, if you put 20 different fucking cupcakes in front of them, you want to watch them stand for an hour and stare? Put 20 different cupcakes in front of them and say you have to only choose one. Mental meltdown. A meltdown. They will sit and stare at those cupcakes for forever. Yeah. They can't make decisions. Especially during this time of upheaval. You know, they're not very good at making decisions normally. They're very flippy floppy about stuff. And then they pick one and then they go, well, you know what? Maybe I should have gone back and gotten the other one. Which is okay. We accept you. We accept you, Geminis. You know, you're extremely curious. You are the tinkerers, the people that want to figure out how it works. Also very loving. Super intelligent. Super, super intelligent. But, yeah. With your indecisiveness. And Pisces, we just again like to hide and make our own escape routes, hiding under blankets and with a sign that says wake me up when it gets not so peoply outside, because I don't like this reality, so I'm going to make my own. But we are 90% of intuitive people, psychics, are Pisces or have Pisces in their rising. Intuitive and empathic. Super empathic. And we don't need muscles. We don't need this to win a fight. You can show us all those muscles and I'll be like, okay, what are you going to do? Punch my lights out? Okay. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play mental warfare. And that mental warfare is not fair. Those bruises that you're going to give me by punching my lights out, they're going to heal. But you know what I can do? Mentally wear you down. And just when I think you're picking yourself back up, I'm going to twist it and I'm going to throw pins at it. I'm going to open that wound and put salt in it and some lemon juice and watch you suffer again. That's how brutal a Pisces can be. All right. So I hope you've all had the mystique of the black moon. Like, what the fuck is this black moon I keep hearing about? Okay, explained. And this portal explained. Uranus gonna be in the microwave in a month. We're gonna have a total lunar eclipse that happens from the 7th to the 8th. So that would be a great time to go outside and watch it. It is also a blood moon, and we call that a blood moon again because it looks like as it's transitioning in a total lunar eclipse, it looks like there is blood being poured on the moon, red. I'm anxious to see if there, because there is truth. I know we're all practical magic thing because I've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. We are all practical magic cult fans, especially us witchy poos. Signs, you are true, Rachel. All we need is words. We can whoop your ass with words. We do not need fisticuffs, honey. We can make you feel like a scolded 2-year-old from across the street just by yelling at you. We can make you feel this big from 2 blocks away. All we got to do is yell. Yeah. That's all we need is words, honey. We don't need fisticuffs. Um, but again, when we talk about with the halo around the moon, since there is a new one that's coming out, Practical Magic 2, which will be out in 2026, I thought this would be a good time to let everyone know that during the making of the first one, you do know, and I don't know how many people know this, but they actually hired a real witch, a self-professed witch. I think she may have been Wiccan. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that. But a real witch to watch the scenes and to make sure that the scenes in which they used witchcraft were correct. Not the words, because we know that words have power and all you need is intention. And if you told, most of the time it's just intention, just your mouth, in order to make something happen. They switched the words around, but they made sure that the scene itself was correct when it came to the scenes where they were doing magical workings, or they were practicing, or they were making. Sometimes they use the term making. Casting is another one. So just be aware of that. So, and they have hired someone else to do the second movie as well. So when they say that there is a halo on the moon or a halo around the moon and trouble is not far, that is a sign of turbulent times coming, that there is going to be upheaval. Something big is coming and it's not going to be too nice. So I'll be watching to see if there is an actual halo around that total lunar eclipse before it happens. And with the new moon that came this morning, happened, if you were outside around 2:09 this morning, just wonder if it's called a black moon because you can't see it with the naked eye. You may be able to see a very thin edge of a shadow of the lit side of the moon. And that's because the lit side of the moon is facing away from us. That's why you can't see it. On a night when they say there's no moon out, check your lunar calendar. See if it is a new moon, or could be a black moon. You don't know. So, all right. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to finish my tea. Second cup, always the best. And yeah, fancy schmancy. It's regular old Lipton. Needed to wet my whistle. So I hope this helps everybody and explains what that whole black moon and blood moon and why is it so important. And everybody's screaming, oh, Virgo. Yeah, next 4 weeks, things are going to seem like a dumpster fire to the mutable signs. So if you know a Virgo, you know a Sagittarius, you know a Gemini or a Pisces, please be a little kinder to them in the next 4 weeks. They're going through some ish, not like the rest of us aren't going through some shit, but they are going through some extra special shit that, they're going to act cray crazy. But it's only 4 weeks. It's only 30 days or 30-ish days. It'll pass, all right? But I expect all of you to come out new people. Cut that cord of that which no longer serves you. Stop, bathing yourself in comfortable because it's all you know. And you're afraid. of coming outside of that box. Get rid of that beige or vanilla lifestyle that you've been living because it's comfortable. You know, this is why people don't want to elevate. You know, this is why some people are still stuck in traumatic or toxic relationships because it's all they've ever known. It's become comfortable, but the wrong kind of comfortable. Get the fuck out of here, okay? And make a new you. All right. So, I hope this explains a lot of things to everyone. And don't forget to watch us on Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube, on Facebook, or on StreamYard. This Monday night, we are doing Witches Winging It with my sister from another mister. My co-hostess with the mostest, Jen Dotson, and it will be Witches Winging It. And I've got a whole slew of subjects to talk about for Corner Cauldron, and we may split them up between Corner Cauldron and Witches Winging It. To everyone else that is on here, the 3 people that have watched this, thank you ever so much for being on here. I am truly blessed to have you in my life. Don't forget, it's Saturday. The day is still young. It's only 5:25. Go out and make the rest of your day magical. And Rachel, give smoochies to my little Ra. Ra. Auntie Buffy loves you. With that being said, blessings to everyone for a great weekend. We got a holiday weekend coming up next Monday. All right, everybody. As I always say, love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. Bye.